What's going on, team? Testing, testing, testing. Perfect. What's going on, guys? Sorry, I was giving everybody a few minutes to join. But we'll start this. I know we started today a little bit earlier than usual, but I have a pretty busy day today, so I just wanted to kick this out of the way. So we could just have this uploaded and ready for everybody to watch and view and go over before the week starts. So first and foremost, guys, make sure you guys join the Discord. Right, Discord link will be in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in it right now. Give me a second. Make sure you guys join. We do classes Monday through Thursday. Well, Monday through Friday, right? 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. We do a live trading session. Monday through Thursday, we do an isolation session at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Sunday, we do these live session classes. Usually, we start around 11 a.m. Depends on whether or not we're busy on a Sunday. We'll either do it at 11 or we'll do it earlier, whatever the case is. Right, and we're gonna focus on 10 pairs, right? We did add like 2 or 3 other pairs, and substitute for one pair that I stopped looking at just based on where we're at in the pattern, in the overall pattern, right, in the daily time frame. So we're gonna turn on AU, CHF, EA, EU, GCAD, GJ, GU, USD CAD, US 30, gold, and Bitcoin. So we'll start off with AU. Again, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the daily time frame. We're gonna update our daily time frame if necessary. Right, currently in the daily time frame, we know that we're still trading between this low and this high. Right, and right now we are still in the middle of the zone. We still haven't gotten away from the middle of the zone. Right, no continuation, just a month of no net. 4-hour time frame, we're still trading between the break, which then gave us this low and this high at the top. We have a month of counter, or a week, sorry, of counter rise, which was last week, and then gave us a week of drop. So we have a counter rise the week before last, and then last week we had a week of drop. So no continuations, right? Internal structure, we could see that price is making lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? So still gotta wait it out. Wait to see if we got a change of character and a break of structure, the internal structure. The 30-minute time frame, no continuations. Let's see. We have a day of drop, which is the day before, which is Thursday. Friday gave us 2 days of drop. Perfect. So we do have 2 days of drop on a continuation. Right? Why wouldn't I like this 372 being set up here on AU? Right? There's 2 reasons. Reason number 1, yes, overall we are looking for price to go down, but right now we are still stuck between higher highs and higher lows. Right? The second reason is because right now we only have higher high, higher low, higher high, and this is where the change of character was made. Right? Everything that we see inside between this low and this high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? All of this is just internal structure. What we need to see first is a change of character and a break of structure, right? What I do like is that the previous break of structure that we needed to see in the retest was respected, right? Now, right now price is under the 800 EMA, right? And the next thing is, if we were to look for 372, where would our take profit be? Right, our take profit for 372 would be here. So comparing that to where price is at and the market opening for tonight, right, at 5 p.m., more than likely price will already open and give us a new low already. So with that being the case, this 372 for this week is not a strong 372, right? So this is one that instead of taking the first entry going short on this one, we need to see the confirmation, right? And we'll have 2 different sets of confirmations, right? We know that at this point, this is where we want to start seeing price respect these highs, right? If price respects these highs, if price gives us a pullback, right, then we know we could take these trades here to continue to go short, right? But if price breaks above, then we know we'll be looking for something like this to happen, right? And then our confirmation for price to continue the downtrend push will be the break of these lows, which is also the break of the 372. Right, so with that being the case, we're gonna go on. Sorry about that. Right, this had a green 4-hour candle. Perfect. And we'll go on to the next one. CHFJPY going into a daily time frame. Where are we? Peak high territory. Right, we're in the highest part of the market. Market is still making higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs to where we're at now. Right now we have no continuation in the daily time frame. We have a month of no net. Weekly time frame, we have 2 weeks of drop. This week being the third week gave us a drop rise. Now we're in peak high territory. Could we be expecting price to give us a 4th week variation and give us the 4th week of drop? Could happen. Right, nonetheless, we know that we had higher high, higher low. Right, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, and then this is where price gave us lower low. Right, and we know that we're trading between this low and this high. Right, lower low gave us lower high to then give us lower low. So not only do we have a change of character, but we also do have a break of structure. So this pullback that we got here, we could be expecting price to continue this downtrend push. Right, and let's see if we have any engulfing candles. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, we have a red, red, green. Right, this 4-hour candle, we just have to wait for the market open to see what price wants to do. Right, if this green candle could close above in the 4-hour time frame, could close above the wick, we get that candle closure and a pullback, then we know that we could get a nice pullback to the top, right, to continue the push to the top. 30-minute time frame, right, again we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Right, price was just consolidating throughout, right, respecting the lows, respected the highs until here. This is where price broke. So we currently have a change of character, right, not a break of structure. So there's no confirmation yet that price is going to go up. Right, not only that, we have 800 EMA coming up close. So we have a zone, we have an idea as to where price wants to go before making a move. So we know that we're trading between this high right and whatever low is set down here. Well, the low is down here. The last red candle before the push up. We have a day of rise. We have a green 4-hour candle. Euro AUD was perfect. Right, exactly what we were looking for. Entry was given at 2:30 in the morning on Friday. Price gave us a break, retest, straight into profit if you waited for that trade. So let's go ahead and start deleting all of this. We have a day of rise. 4-hour time frame, we have no continuations. Currently just have a week of rise. And let's add our daily zones here. 4-hour zone, sorry. Something's not right. Something's not right. There's a line here that shouldn't be here. Daily time frame, we have a month of no net, so no continuation. And where are we? We're at the top of the consolidation, right? We still have this daily and 4 hours high, daily and 4 hour low. Right now, we're just in the middle of that consolidation on Euro AUD. In the 4 hour time frame, we have a week of rise, right? We had higher high, higher low. Price was consolidating, finally gave us the higher high, right? And we know that we're trading between this low and this high. And 30-minute time frame, we had higher low, higher high, lower low, and this is where price has been moving sideways, right? It gave us a tap of the 30-minute low, gave us a nice break of the double bottom. Right before the break, it gave us consolidation, consolidated, right? After so many days of consolidation where price is just moving sideways, right? This is the easiest trades to get into, right? Obviously, the only thing you got to take into consideration is, again, you're trading in the stock market, right? To go into the conversation that we had on Friday, right? It's like, you can't control the market, but what we could control is understanding what pairs we're trading. Euro AUD, right? More than likely, this is a pair that's gonna move the end of Asia going into London, or it's gonna move just during the London session for the most part, right? So, if you're waiting for, let's say, you know, it's different for us in our case because we look at different pairs, right? We look at different pairs that move in different time sessions, right? But if you're a trader that's only looking, to give you the example, if you're only wanting to trade GBP JPY, you have to understand you're trading Great British Pound versus Japan. So are you going to wake up to look at that trade during NYC session, or are you going to be up for those trades during the end of Asia session going into London session? Right? So there's is certain things that you have to understand, like Euro AUD in our situation, right? 9 out of 10 times we probably won't get a trade on Euro AUD because this is a pair that usually moves around Asia session going into London session, which is why I don't trade those sessions. So, but again, if you're a trader that's understanding market structure and you're trading the same thing, right, and you're waiting for these breaks and the retest, that's such a clean entry to just continue to go to the top side, right? That was a beautiful, beautiful entry above the 800 EMA, above the zone. Finally got the push, right? Clean traffic all the way to the left hand side, straight into take profit, right? Straight into TP, right? STP was 54. If you would have taken this trade, you would have been 100% in profit. And you could have kept holding until you had a first red candle because you had accelerated green candles. So you would have really caught 50. You would have caught 100% of the STP for the day. 54 pips in one move with just two candlesticks in an hour. 54 pips. So on to the next one. I hope that makes sense, guys. And if you didn't know about that with market session timings and all that, obviously, I hope that makes sense now. 30-minute time frame on EU. Let's go to the daily first. And the daily time frame on EU, where are we? Right, we're in V1. We're looking for the second level to be made. Right now, where are we? We were in the middle of consolidation. Right now, we're reaching back the top of consolidation on EU. When we're looking at the moves again, this is still a pair that I was expecting a steeper pullback. I wanted to see a pullback lower into the zone. Regardless, when we start pushing up is good, right? Because we want to see price push up. Right now we have no continuations. We had a month of no net. On the weeks of rise, right? We did have a week of rise. Then we had the second week. On the second week, price kind of gave us that push, right? I didn't want to call it a no net, but it was super close. And on the third week, it did give us a third week. After 3 weeks of rise, market must drop or chop, right? Chop or drop. Give us a no net or give us a drop. And it gave us a drop. So it reset the trends. And we know that in the 4 hour, we're still trading within these lows, right? Because this is the low that broke. And these highs, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price trended down and gave us a lower low. Gave us a change of character. Now, what's the confirmation that price is going to give us a BOS and another push to the low is going to be when we get that break of structure, right? Until then, we could still say that we're still trading between higher high, higher low, higher high, and we could say that these were just testing the lows, which we were. If we zoom in and we put a line, right? We put a line from here and we move it across. Did we ever get a clean break of structure of that zone? No. And just look at the candlesticks, right? The first candle that broke below was a red candle, that was testing the zone. The next candle did not close below that zone. You can see how all of them were wicks. All these candles were wicks, right? Price went back up, tested the zone, consolidated down here, and then pushed up. So we didn't get a clean break of structure within the zone. So when we start seeing that, right, if we start seeing that prices turning around, right, like how we did here, lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher high, higher low, we got one entry here, right, to where we're at, higher high, price consolidated, higher low, still respected, right, higher low. This is an equal low. Wouldn't even consider this a higher low. This is an equal lows, and then price did higher high, higher high to where we're at now, waiting to see, okay, is price going to break in the 4 hour time frame? We could see, okay, is price going to respect these lows here, or is price going to break above these highs here? And we could see that price already tested the highs, rejected the highs, and went down, and now price rejected the lows, waiting to see what price wants to do, right? And we know now, when we zoom out, this makes sense. Like, okay, cool, we had crazy wicks, crazy candles, rejections of the highs, right, where price then went boop right back to the low where the 800 EMA is in the 30-minute time frame. And now in the 30-minute time frame, we have the internal structure, which is going to be the break of these highs, which again, did we get a break of structure? No. This green candle, yes, even though it closed above, it's still within the zone. It's still touching the zone. So we know that this is still a testing candle. The next candle, if it would have been a green candle that closed above the wick, then that would have been a break of structure, and this is a pullback of that break of structure, and we know that we could catch an entry here going long. But the fact that we rejected these highs and we still don't have a BOS, this is not a clean. This isn't a clean entry. We can't get a clean entry off of this trade, right? And then nonetheless, looking for continuations. At this point, I don't want to mark this yet until tomorrow, because this could finish on a no net. I don't want to put it as a day of rise when price is only 1.9 pips away from the opening candle, right? Because price could open with a gap, give us a no net. Is not far apart. So with that being the case, we're going to just skip this one on the 30-minute time frame and wait it out till tomorrow, well, till tonight, and then we'll update it tonight. GCAT is not one that I have marked. This is one just for the streams on in the live trading sessions. GJ, we are in peak high territory, right? But we have 2 months of rise, this month being the 3rd month, already gave us a wick that gave us that high, but understanding that we have a gap here at the top in the 30-minute time frame, right? We know that this is where price is going to want to go before it starts going down, right? And we could see that we had 2 weeks of rise, this week being the 3rd week, gave us a new low, and then started pushing up. So now, if this week ends, or I'm sorry, I'm slow, this is already the week. For some reason my brain just scattered and it went like, oh, today's like the week stuff. So no, hold on. So we finished the week. We had a week of drop, 2 weeks of drop. Last week gave us a new drop, and it finished on a rise. So we got a drop rise. Could we expect this week to give us a 4th week variation and give us another week of drop? It could happen, right? It could happen. But first, let's see where structure is shifted. Lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We know we're trading between this low and this high, and now we have a change of character, higher high. So this is where that decision making again is gonna happen. It's gonna take place, where we just gotta wait to see what price wants to do, right? Price was consolidating for 2 days, gave us a no net, and then finally broke above on Friday and gave us a day of rise. Now we know we're finally trading between this low down here and the high that was set here. We just gotta wait it out. GU. And guys, we're almost done. We're only missing 4 pairs left: US30, USD CAD, Gold, and Bitcoin, and the one that we're doing now, GU. If you guys have any questions, I know again I did this pretty early, so for the people watching the replay, if you guys have any questions, anything you guys might need me to explain again, just hit me up in Discord. right? Hit me up in Discord, send me a message, or hit me up on Twitter, right? All my socials are in the description below. Just hit us up, and then we will get back to you. So GU is in overall, right? What's the overall pattern? Where are we? We're in V1. We're at the top of consolidation, so it's not where we want to be at, right? We have 3 months of no net, so price is just moving sideways pretty much, right? As we can see that in the 30-minute time frame, we're still within these highs and these lows here, and we finally got that push this week to the top side, right? So when we're looking at our weeks now, let's zoom in a little bit. We have a week of rise, and then last week gave us a week of drop, so we have no continuations, right? And we know that we're still trading within in the 4-hour time frame. We're still trading between this low and these highs up here, right? 30-minute time frame. We had a day of drop on Thursday. Friday gave us 2 days of drop, right? And we know these are counter drops, so I'm not looking for 372. Regardless, on Friday we were looking for price to either break above these highs to catch a trade to continue this push to the top side, or we were looking for price to break below these lows to continue to go down. And you can see all day Friday, from the time Asia session started to the time it fucking to market close, from market open to market close, price rejected the highs and rejected the lows. So, and also GU was a pair, if I'm not mistaken, that we were looking at on stream, right? And this is one that I had turned off, but we still had people, oh, GU's gonna, GU got a break of the highs, is gonna give us a retest, right? What we had drawn here, right? It gave us a 5-minute change of character, BOS, but understanding that, okay, yes, we got all of that, but price still didn't break above these highs, is why these trades going long didn't work out, right? And understanding that we saw that before it happened is why we didn't enter these trades, right? So again, if you guys missed out on Friday's class, I really suggest you guys to go back to that stream, just replay everything that we said about GU, take notes, and go back, because not only did that happen on GU, if I'm not mistaken, it happened on US 30 and it happened on gold as well. There was a few pairs that we were looking at on Friday that looked identical, right? And they all did the exact same thing. The exact same thing. US 30, right? US 30 was beautiful, right? US 30 was one trade in hindsight, right? On Friday, this trade would have been really good, just based off the 15-minute, the 15-minute pattern that we're looking for, whether it's a type 1, type 2, or type 3 pattern. This was a beautiful type 1 pattern. We had it drawn out. I know I talked about it earlier, but it wasn't the trade that I was waiting for. I'm gonna be honest. But it's all good, right? Because now we have a change of character, lower low, lower high, and this is where price is gonna give us that decision making on whether we're going to continue lower low. We're gonna get a pullback to continue the push to the downside, like we were talking about, or this is where price is going to turn around again and continue to push to the top side, right? US 30 and these other pairs that are kind of in a weird situation, just like gold, silver, US oil. These are certain pairs that, especially with everything going on, you just got to follow market structure, right? And be patient, right? If, like, for example, on a day like Friday, where I don't really trade Fridays, too many questions, right? There's too many questions on the chart itself, right? Just looking at candlestick analysis and all of that. When I have to ask myself too many questions about whether or not I should enter a trade, those are the days where I decide to stay out, right? Again, obviously, in hindsight, we would have had a beautiful entry. And then you were talking about, like, where would be the entries, right? These entries would have nothing to do with the engulfing candles, has nothing to do with any of the entries that we talk about that I show on stream, right? There's other entry points that I have that we do show, but to keep it simple for everybody, we don't want to give you guys too much information and too much to look for, especially as beginner traders, right? Because then it'll just be too much of a headache. It'll be too much to look for, right? But it was simple. What were we looking for? We're looking for price to break above these highs. How many times did price reject from, just looking at it, right, from 5:30 in the morning all the way to 8:30 in the morning? How many times did price reject in the 30-minute time frame, right? And when we're looking for the type 1, type 2, type 3 entries, we want to see that in the 15-minute time frame, right? So understanding that we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, price rejected here and rejected these highs again on the pullback, we could have got an entry there, right? In the 5-minute time frame, it just looks a lot more clean, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high. We could see how price started making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Rejected the highs again before the 9:30 push, right? But either way, we have 2 days of drop now. Could we be expecting a 372 to continue to push to the downside? Absolutely, right? So US 30 is definitely one for this week to start off the week that we want to start looking for. So 372 coming in on US 30. Well, we just call it 372. Right? So that's US 30. USD CAD. Let's go to the daily time frame. We have 2 months of rise, right? This month being the 3rd month already gave us a new high with the wicks with the opening month candle and then started pushing down. Now, can price continue this push to the top side? Absolutely. Let's take a look where we're at. First things first, right? Where are we in the pattern? We're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for push number 3 to be made, right? In regards to the drawing that we have here, where are we? Let's zoom out, right? Where are we here, right? We had the double bottom, push 1, zone 1, push 2, zone 2, push 2, zone 2. And where are we? We're here in the middle, right? We're here, and we're expecting this to happen, right? Now it's just, when is it going to happen? When is price going to move, right? That's the question, and that's what we're looking for. So in the daily time frame, we have 2 months of rise, middle of the zone. So we know that being in the middle of the zone is not the best place to take an entry. This is where a lot of traders get trapped in the market, right? Those false moves that the market makers throw, that's what we don't want to get into. 4-hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise. After 3 weeks, market much chopper drop, and it gave us a drop, reset the trend, right? Then last week, after the drop and the reset the trend, it gave us another week of rise. Perfect, right? And we're still trading between lower low, lower high, which is this high, and this low. So we know that price is still trading between this low and this high. Price still hasn't reached these highs yet. 30-minute time frame, we know that we're still trading higher high, higher low. Price gave us this high, right? Price and the highs were rejected here, that started going down. Price at these lows broke, gave us a change of character. So we know that we're trading between this low and this high, and we can see that price here. We can see that price here started making internal higher high, higher low, high, higher low, high, low, right? Sorry, I went backwards. And then now price again went back to the top side, gave us another high. Thursday, price gave us a day of rise, gave us an imbalance. On Friday, price finished close, right? This is gonna be another one, same as Euro USD. I'm not gonna update it because the closing candle for Friday and the opening candle for Friday closed 2.5 pips away from each other, right? So I'm not gonna mark it as a rise yet. We're gonna wait to see how the candle opens at 5, and then 5:30, 6 o'clock, we'll update this tonight and see if it finished on 2 days of rise or if it finished on a no net. If it finished on 2 days of rise, then we could expect price to give us another push to the top side before we go down, right? But just looking at structure, understanding that on Friday, price gave us a high of the day, and price went right back up and it rejected it, is why we had this drawing here, right? If price, let's talk about two different things, right? If price would have closed above this zone, right? If price would have closed above and then given us a pullback like it is right now, then we know that we could catch this to go right back up to the top side, right? But because price didn't do that, and price give me 1 second, so take this out, right? And price rejected these highs, as we can see here with these wicks, and then started pushing down, right? I'm not very comfortable saying, oh, this is a pullback to continue to go up. I'm still seeing USD CAD that is going to move counter. It's going to close up these positions here, right? And this is where we'll see price make a decision on whether it wants to continue to retest and continue to push to the top side, or if it's going to go down, right? So this is what we gotta wait for, but we have to wait for we first gotta wait to see what price wants to do here. If price closes above and gives us 2 days of rise, then we know what we could look for on 372. Gold going into the daily time frame, right? We're in peak high territory, right? Gold is not one that's following market structure per se, right? Or the market maker's pattern, not market structure, market maker's pattern. And again, the same situation that, the same thing that we were talking about with US 30, right? And we can't be trading these as if we were trading any other pair, especially not right now when a lot of this shit is being manipulated, right? But what we can do is follow market structure, and that's exactly what we're going to keep doing. So in the 4 hour time frame, we have 3 weeks of rise, right? Last week, what did price do? We already know after 3 weeks of rise, price must chop or drop, and it gave us a drop. Perfect. Price reset. We're still within in the 30-minute time frame, right? Where are we? We're still within this higher high, higher low, higher high. Price went down to these lows, rejected it, went back to the top, went back low, rejected it, went back to the top, and is going right back down to the bottom. So currently, right now, we had a day of drop on Thursday. On Friday, it gave us 2 days of drop, right? And on Friday, it gave us that second day of drop without a pullback. So could we be expecting a 372? This is where a 372 for me wouldn't be valid, right? And the reasons why is because we're at the lows, right? And we don't have a pullback. So this is one where we just gotta wait, right? And what are we waiting for? All right, we're waiting for either price to break to go down, or we're waiting for price to reject these lows to go up. Right? It's as easy as that. We're at the low of the zone. There's only two things here at the low of the zone that we could look for: either the break retest to continue, or for price to go down, reject the break, right? Test the lows and then go up. So gold is going to be a simple pair to look at for this week. The same thing as last week, right? We started off at the high of the zone. What were we expecting, right? This is Friday, right? We're like, okay, cool. We either want to see price break to continue, or we want to see price retest these to continue to push to the downside. Once we got to these lows, what are we expecting? We're expecting either price to break to continue, or we're expecting price to reject and continue to push to the top side, and that's exactly what happened, right? And then again, here, were we expecting a break or for price to continue to push up, right? And right now, we didn't get the break of the retest, and we didn't get a break of here, so we were just trapped within these zones, right? So that's gold. And then Bitcoin. Bitcoin, let's see, man. Bitcoin was beautiful 372 yesterday. I woke up and I'm like, wow, this was beautiful. Bitcoin, we have a month of rise this month. Still waiting. 4 hour, we had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week of a rise drop, reset the trend, then gave us another week of rise, 2 weeks of rise, and then this week, price gave us another week of high, another high, and waiting to see what price. We still gotta wait for today. If price finishes on a rise drop and a rise no net, we still gotta wait it out, right? So we can't update the 4 hour time frame yet on Bitcoin, right? And in the 30-minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, change of character, lower low, lower high, 2 days of drop, lower low, lower high. On the third day, we got a BOS pullback, right? And I woke up. When I woke up, it was already 8 a.m. Or when I opened the chart, it was already 8 a.m. And as you can see here, right? Could we have found an entry here for a close, right? Again, I'm looking at the 372, so I'm not looking at all of this to be have caught. I'm only looking for a new low to be made from here to here. I was looking at this. I'm like, ah, this was a nice pullback. Didn't pull the trigger, but it would have been a nice 372 for a Saturday trade. And then looking, right, we had this low broke, so now we know that we're trading between, right, we have an internal lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, technically, right? So at this, I'm not gonna update this just yet completely. I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. I'm gonna keep it at this high here, the last green candle before the push down, right? And then I'm gonna keep these lows like this. I'm not gonna change this yet. And waiting to see what price wants to do. We already know after 3 days of drop, market must chop or go up, right? Chop or rise. The fact that we're on the 800 EMA as well, right? Price did break below the 800 retest, and then it started going above the 800 again, right? This could be an indication that price isn't ready to start moving down yet. But the indication will be today. If price could give us a pullback and we start respecting these highs and we start seeing price go down, then we know price on Bitcoin is gonna want to melt. And that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. See you guys Monday morning. If you guys have any questions, please make sure to hit us up in Discord, the chat, or the Discord link will be in the chat. Or you can message us on Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you guys like. And just let us know if you guys have any questions, anything you guys want us to explain again. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Peace out, guys.